Hello, everybody. Where do you come to get all your news? You already know the answer. Washington Informer. I am so elated to be back on this thankful Thursday with the amazing, incredible, um, inspiring Michele Fowlin. Thank you so much, Michele, for being with us today.
I love the intro. I appreciate that. And so good to be here. Thank you, sis, for having me.
Thank you, as always, for coming and spending some time with us on Win TV. We so appreciate it. And, there's always so much to talk about, but we have reached the week.
We certainly have. Yep.
We have reached the week where we are celebrating 30 years of Children of the Gospel Choir doing amazing things here in the DMV, nationwide, and really all over, spreading their talents. And we are so thankful for all of COTG, and we get to tap into several alumni, music directors, etc., on June 1st at Listener Auditorium.
Yeah.
All about that, Michele.
Yeah, we're so excited. We really are. We're excited. We're nervous. We're hopeful. We're like all of these things because this is a big deal. 30 years of anytime you make a milestone, every year, I don't want to say 31 years isn't important, but 30 years making these milestones, that means that, what it is that we're doing is really staying alive into the community. It is purposeful. The purpose is still evident in providing our youth with spaces that they can go to be expressive, to learn more about their history, learn more about the genre form of gospel music, learn more about community engagement, about working together. So it's great that we have these alumni who are all coming back to be a part of it, be a part of the choir, be a part of the experience. Just like some of these people haven't seen each other in a very, very long time, and so it's just going to give them some opportunity to get together and for us to, hang out and be human and then get on stage and be the musicians that we are. So I'm looking forward to it.
It sounds like such a good time. And, I know how it is when us arts folks get together after a long time.
Right.
It's good trouble.
Yeah.
But, I'm curious, how are you getting all of these people together and folks who might not have, been warming up their pipes over the past couple of years, etc., and or people who are coming from out of town? How is all of this coming together?
So really, I will be honest, I have nothing to do with that end of it. And really, it's the people who are behind the scenes that are really working off. So we have an alumni committee with, David, who is the interim director of gospel programs for Washington Performing Arts. And he's really spearheading this. And we have a couple of alumni who are the co-leads on this, Tevin and Connor, and they're rallying all the people, the emails, and they're doing all of that. I'm going to enjoy and reap off of the benefits of what they're doing. So we're gonna have a really, really good time getting together on over at the Victor building on the rooftop and rehearsal time and just relaxing and chilling. So I appreciate the behind the scenes people because there's a lot of things that are moving and shaking, and people want a lot through our social media outlets. Social media is crucial today. Now, I don't always enjoy the platform for a variety of reasons, but one being I really can't navigate through it as much as I would like to. But I mean, it is the method of informing. See how I did that right there? People about what's happening. That's right. So grateful.
Oh, well, we are grateful for COTV and all of its iterations and you all coming together. Now, I got to do something yesterday that it must be new because I've done a
Mm,
lot of researching and stories on Children of the Gospel, as you
yeah.
know.
Mhm.
But Washington Performing Arts has added a timeline
Yeah.
of history of COTG.
Yeah.
Um, which again, I've joked with you, your tenure of Children of the Gospel can vote, serve in the
Right.
army, you know,
Amen. That's right. That's right.
so but it's such a rich history.
Mhm.
Um, tell us a little bit about that history and where you've seen the choir grow in
Mhm.
3 decades.
Yeah. I tell you the truth that, that's only like small clips,
Mm.
just glimpses into what COTG has had the opportunity to experience and to also make impact onto the community, into the lives of different people. I'm amazed when I look at it and I'm thinking, wow, that's quite incredible that I don't know other ensembles that have had this array of experiences. These kids are so lucky. Sometimes I often wonder, do you all know how fortunate you are to be in spaces that some people only dream of being in? But I always have to go back and give credit to Eric Terrain, who had the vision. And when COTG first came into existence, it served a vastly different purpose because, we need to do something with bringing these kids who have no music programs in the school. There's nothing that's happening for them in the community. The churches really weren't, there wasn't that hard drive into the youth aspect of things. And so he was like, what can I do? And Eric, being a graduate of Howard University, HU,
You
uh,
know.
oh, yes. So, he had these array of connections and relationships that he had built while he was at Howard and just pulled off of that became the strength. And COTG, as he was, building this with Doug Wheeler, who is president emeritus of Washington Performing Arts, those two powerhouses really formed an incredible vision for an ensemble. And then here we had Evelyn Simpson Curington, who was the first artistic director, who is known all over the world. She is a DC gem for anybody who doesn't know her and needs to really know her music and her work. The whole family is just gifted and talented. And so it's just morphed as the world has changed. So has what the look of COTG. It's changed, aesthetically. It's never lost its purpose about building young people, giving them solid foundations. So no matter what walk in life they go to, they know how to stand up in front of somebody with confidence. They are disciplined. They are timely. They are, contributors to the community. That's really, really big for me.
Yeah.
But the music has changed, life has changed. And so we adapt and we adopt to what is happening, but still the foreground and foundation is love. It is now speaking to issues. It's being more conscious minded is as to what we give back as artists, because we do have a tremendous responsibility to speak to the social injustices that we see and that we feel ourselves. So I'm proud of where we're moving and how we're moving. And it's the grace of God that moves us.
Well, we are proud and inspired and
Mm,
so incredibly excited, I think, to see young people
yeah.
doing these kinds of things. You talked about the values that you all instill and that they're able to share with the world.
Yeah.
But again, I always use this example, but seeing the folks annually at the Washington Performing Arts Gala, including this year, and this year was a little different because everyone was in. I want to set the scene for folks. We were all at dinner tables, and
Yes.
so COTG rocked the house as folks really should have been like cutting their meat and eating
Right.
everyone was on their feet.
Mm,
And every performance was stellar that night, truly exciting. But again, the excitement, not only because these kids are just really phenomenal, because these children are really phenomenal performers, but it's seeing young people doing good,
yeah.
using
Yeah.
talent for good, which I think is great. And yes, I have to let me shout out our folks tuning in. Miss Denise Rolark Barnes, our fearless publisher. Thanks for tuning in. Patrick and Amanda both are there are mutual faves. Michelle and I
Right,
both
right,
know.
right. That's right.
And
That's
so
right.
and they've also commented that we are their faves. So this is a mutual faves society over here. And yes, Patrick said we had a blast together.
I love Patrick. Hey,
And we sure enough did. Like I said, we were everyone, Patrick and I maybe added an extra, uh,
Patrick.
not perfect, because,
I believe it.
but everybody was on their feet. It just
Yeah.
truly an amazing performance. Anyway, that said, what are the concerns of the young people that we need to know as
Oh,
they're doing these good things?
oh, thank you for that question. Because you know what I really enjoy in the last 10 years is watching the young people take a rightful stance in allowing their voices to be heard. And I will,
Yeah,
credit our generation and the older generations that are opening up their ears a little bit more to allowing them to be self-expressive,
yeah,
to share. So they're concerned about what's happening in Gaza, Palestine. They're concerned about that. They're concerned about what's happening on their streets, in the school systems. They're concerned about their education and what they can and cannot, because now that they're starting to see that people are trying to limit them in their right to read, their right to learn, that they're very concerned about what that looks like for them for the future. They're concerned about relationship building. They're concerned about mental health. All these things that have really nothing to do with music, but have everything to do with it, because music is such a healer. And
yeah.
so I think that's why um, they find peace in coming into the space of children of the gospel, because it is so much more. We just had this conversation last night again in rehearsal as a reminder, as that it's so much more than just the music. If we're touching hearts, we're
Mm,
healing people. When you come into the performance atmosphere, it's ministry, it's not the performing. And so all of these things that they're concerned about, they're bringing it to the foreground. And so that's how, we've morphed now into not just singers, but you're going to hear in concert, there's spoken word. And the
mm,
students are writing and they're delivering the spoken word. These particular pieces at the concert are spoken word pieces written by Dr. Raynetta Wiggins. And they're powerful and they understand what it means, because this is their concern. Like, she's asking them, how do you see it? And she's writing from that perspective. So, that excites me. That
yeah.
excites me that I feel like I have a generation, when it comes to their conscious mindedness, that I can
Mm,
start to trust them. Now, with all the other stuff, because I think that this is an entitled generation too, with all that other stuff, though, it makes me a little nervous. But I like the fact they're woke. They
mm.
are woke, and that's important.
It certainly is. And again, thank you for fostering that and giving
Mm,
them ability to feel comfortable with allowing their concerns to be voiced.
Yeah.
I love your quote that, Patrick, thank you so much for allowing us to kind of put it in the lower third, a rightful stance and allowing their voices to be heard.
Yeah.
Now, before I let you go, I think this is a beautiful transition because that is the history of what Black artists have done.
Yeah.
Particularly, we could say particularly in music, but really in the arts in general,
Yes.
is making sure that they are taking up the space for their voices to be heard.
Hmm.
And it's Black Music Month in 2 days.
Hmm.
You actually all are kicking off Black Music Month for
Ain't
us,
that
actually.
awesome? Yeah, that's pretty dope. Yeah.
Yes, you all. It's awesome and appropriate.
Yeah.
Um, Tell us a little bit about why you find the celebration of Black Music Month so important. And, I know that Children of the Gospel is beautiful and diverse, but how you sort of give a little bit of that history for the folks that you foster every day.
Yeah. I think the one word that you just used will sum up how I feel because Black art is diverse.
Mm,
And it's not just the stories of our struggles. Lord knows the struggle is beautiful. And I want people, for me as an artist, I want you to see how beautiful my struggle is. Like that's like an oxymoron. It's like, doesn't it sound pretty contradictory of it? But because of it,
yeah.
that's why I am, and so it's a reflection pool of so much in the Black diaspora. Like, I mean, the music is just incredibly crazy in itself, like from African to Cuban to, like, there's just an array of beauty that's represented. And then that's the performing arts, and we talk about the visual artists too. It's just, there's just not one genre that we can really celebrate in this time period and month. But I love the fact that it is so diverse, that we are so diverse, that, I go on Instagram or any social media outlet and I'm looking at, they do these memes or stuff about other people's lives. And I read the comment section. The comment section cracks me up because the first thing I think is we are so colorful.
Yes.
We are some colorful, beautiful, struggling, persevering, hopeful, loving people. And it shows up in how we just allow ourselves to be expressive. And that's an art in itself too, and I'm also wondering where the time we got on our hands to like create half the stuff we do. But it
Right.
really is, it's so deep. It's so dope. So I'm hoping that people will go into the community and enjoy. So there's so many different events that are about to pop off. And of course, we have Juneteenth that, will be in the center of everything as we celebrate Blacks in the Arts Month and Black Music Month. But I want them to extend beyond the music because the music has been affected by the culture and the
Yeah.
art is a part of it too.
That's what we call a mic drop, everybody.
Hello, now. My mic sounds nice. I rap, you know that, Misha? We never talked about my rapping skills. So
Not.
thank
Look,
you. No, if my students listen, they'll be like, no, she doesn't.
well, you can't say such things and not think I was going to ask you to give us at least eight bars. So I'm glad your student saved you.
If you gave me a beat, I might be able to create, but I don't know.
You
We'll do
know,
that another time.
that will be the exclusive
There
content
you
for,
go.
for
There you go. That would be my offering to Black Music Month right there.
yes, exactly, exactly.
Right.
Michelle, I always have a great time with you. I'm always so inspired, and I get so much energy after. can't imagine what your young people feel after having time with you. Thank you for all you do. How can we follow all of the amazingness that is Children of the Gospel? And just give us a glimpse of the amazingness that is Michele Fowlin, because
Ah,
I know that you would have to pull out your calendar, your book.
I'm grateful for all of those things, and I want to follow up and just say that the inspiration that I have comes from the kids. I say that to them all the time, and I don't care. All the 29 years that I taught in the public school sector, I was inspired by the students that I had in front of me. As they poured into me, I just poured into them too. It's a reciprocal energy, and that's what makes it just so. I think the energy that you say you feel and energetic, like I'm excited by what they're about to do in the middle of their performance. So we have the IG that's up, and I appreciate that. Children of the Gospel, Washington Performing Arts, all of my stuff. It's my name, Michele Fowlin, on Facebook and Instagram. And I love connecting with people. Community is important to me. So I hope to see you all out there at the Listener Auditorium on June 1st. You can get tickets at WashingtonPerformingArts.org. Come on out. You don't want to miss this. And I'm not saying it because they're performing. That's one thing, but in truth, you don't. It's an experience that I think, and I know that you will be healed. Whatever you're coming in there for, I always say, what do you want the audience to walk away with? What is your one word? And that is what you perform into: hope, peace, love, joy, healing. It's always healing for me. I want people to be healed. Come in there ready to deliver that to the people, and God takes over and does the rest.
Well, it is so clear that that is the message, because we do get love, joy, hope, healing
Yeah.
every time these young people perform. Uh, Dana M. Anderson
I
says
see
she'll be
her.
there.
Yeah.
Amanda Sweet says she'll be there as well. The question
Yeah.
is, the many folks out there watching, will you be there as well?
That's
You
right.
know, you know that you can tap in and come and support these wonderful, talented performers, and the legacy that is Children of the Gospel on June
Yes.
1st at Listener Auditorium. Do we have the website where folks can get tickets?
It's WashingtonPerformingArts.org.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping we could pull it up just so, but if not, we'll put it in the link. But it's WashingtonPerformingArts.org, everybody. I will just put it in the comments so that at least folks can pull it that way. And I so thank you again, Michele. This is always like,
I
you know,
love this. And hey, are we making this an annual thing right here? Okay.
you absolutely
I
must.
appreciate it greatly. I really do, because we want the name Children of the Gospel to be household name like Oprah and
Yes,
Michelle Obama, right? That
yes.
we want that to happen. So thank you so much.
I think, y'all are right on the way. And can I just say that Amanda is so on it by putting the Washington Performing
Thank
Arts
you,
on there.
Amanda. I
Thank you,
call her my
Amanda.
sweet.
So appreciate. Yeah, she is the sweet,
Yes,
the sweetest, and we
yes.
love her so much. So thank you so much to all those for tuning in. We appreciate it. Go to WashingtonPerformingArts.org for all things Children of the Gospel, and to get your tickets for this Saturday, June 1st, kicking off Black Music Month the right way. And as you all know, go to WashingtonInformer.com for all the news that you can use. The paper is out today and looking amazing.
Yay.
There's also the bridges inside this week, so it looks really good, and you all should love it. So anyway, that said, make sure you tune into Win TV's Let's Talk tomorrow at noon. And with that said, Michele, I'm gonna see you in person. I guess this weekend, but
Yes,
if not very
ma'am.
soon.
Yes.
And you'll see us here on Win TV, I'm sure, very soon as well. So thank you again.
Thank you. Love and blessings. Peace.
Love and blessings.